these people at these daycares. I don't know their intentions. I don't know their background. I don't know how they were raised. I don't know if they really like kids. I don't know if they really, you know what I'm saying, if they just working at a daycare because they just need the money, or if they're working at the daycare because they really like kids. Like, hey y'all, it's me, China, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. First of all, you guys, hi. If you're new here, hello, my name is China. Make sure you guys are liking, commenting, and subscribing to my channel. We are on the road to 1K. Okay, y'all, we're almost, not really, I keep saying we're almost. Actually, no, I'm gonna speak it into existence. We're almost to 1K. We're on the road to 1K, you guys. So please make sure you guys are liking, commenting, and subscribing. I do mommy content. I do hair and lock content. I do story times. I do everything like that. So if you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. Please and thank you, please and thank you, please and thank you. So again, if you're new here, hi. I know this video is probably going to bring me a lot of new viewers, and I'm super excited for that. I just wanted to get on here real quick, as y'all can see by the title of the video, and just let you guys know the pros and the cons of quitting your job and becoming a full-time stay-at-home mom. And if you've been watching my vlogs and everything like that, then you know that I made a huge decision to not go back to work, y'all. This was literally one of the hardest decisions I had to make in my life. Like, not even lying to y'all. Just to back up some, I took my maternity leave. Of course, my job offered me 3 months of maternity leave, and on the last week of my maternity leave, y'all, I did vlog it. So if you want to go back and watch that vlog, just click out of this video and go watch that vlog. But I did vlog like that whole week leading up unto me having to go back to work. So I was supposed to go back to work on a Friday, so I vlogged that whole week, so you can see like my thought process and everything like that, and how I was feeling, because y'all, I literally did not know what I wanted to do. Like, yeah, that whole week I was just in my head. And actually the end of the vlog, I actually ended it on Thursday evening, you guys. I sat down and I wrote out a pros and a cons list to quitting my job or becoming a stay-at-home full-time mom. And in that video, or in that vlog, I did not go over my pros and my cons list, just because I wanted to sit on it. I wanted to read through it. I wanted to add some things, take away some things. And I just wanted to like be in the moment and really like decide what I wanted to do, y'all. I didn't make my decision until Friday, like literally Friday morning, when I was supposed to go back to work. My shift started at 11, and I reached out to my manager and them around like 8 a.m. and told them that I would not be coming back, and I would be bringing them my laptop. But again, y'all, go back and watch my vlogs, because it was a whole process of me trying to get my shift changed, because I work 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. and I just knew that schedule was not going to work for me and my daughter and my family. So I was trying to get an earlier shift. I was trying to work with my job, but unfortunately, you know, I made the decision to quit my job and become a stay-at-home mom. So that's what I'm currently doing. I am 27 years old, you guys. I do locks. Y'all can follow my Instagram page, my main page, at It's Me China, and you can follow my hair page at Destined_locks. But without further ado, you guys, I just wanted to come and read y'all my pros and my cons list, because I've been telling y'all for the longest that I was gonna read it to y'all, but honestly, I just wasn't ready. But now that I'm going on about maybe a month or 3 weeks without having a job, and I've honestly can say this is the best decision I've made. Like, I just feel so much happier. I feel so much peaceful. I don't feel stressed out. I literally can have my playtime with Robin. We go on morning walks. I am trying to lose weight, so like just my whole mindset has changed. Like, I'm really trying to elevate mentally, financially, physically, all of that. And I could truly say that by not having a job and just being a stay-at-home mom, it has really helped me mentally, emotionally, like so much. Choosing to be a stay-at-home mom was literally one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life, but honestly, I'm only able to do this because of my support system. So before you make a huge decision, just make sure that you have that support, you know what I'm saying? Because you're not going to be working, you're not going to have any income coming in, so you have to make sure you have a strong support system, husband, boyfriend, family, whatever it is. So I was fortunate enough to have a great support system, and I appreciate everyone who is in my support system, everyone who looks out for me and everything like that. Thank y'all. I love y'all. So y'all, without further ado, let's just get into this pros and this cons list. So I literally wrote down a list of things, pros and cons, and I just want to read it off to y'all, and then in the end I am going to share with y'all what I realized about this list. And honestly, like, this realization is what made me quit my job. Y'all just make sure you watch this video to the end so that you can kind of understand my thought process and how I came to the decision to quit my job. So let me just pull up my list really quick. So we're going to go over the pros of quitting my job, and then we're gonna go over the cons of quitting my job. Let's just get into it. And y'all, honestly, just looking at this list, this section right here is the pros of quitting my job. This little section is the cons of quitting my job. And this right here is if I stay at my job. Yeah, if I stay at my job down there. So as y'all can already see, the pros is already outweighing the cons. So yeah. So the pros of quitting my job, the first thing was to, of course, stay at home with my daughter. You know, not everyone is going to treat your child the way you treat your child. You know, you're the parent, so you know what's best for them. Most daycares, you know, they have a bunch of babies, a bunch of kids, so they may not, you know, take that one-on-one time with your child to make sure that your child is getting everything that they need. So for me, staying at home with Robin is just a great way for me to make sure that she's hitting all of her milestones, that she's getting her learning in, and that she's just doing what she needs to do to grow and develop into a healthy toddler. So that was the number one pro of quitting my job. I just get to stay home with my baby. Number two was I get to watch her grow. Okay, when you're working, you know what I'm saying, and you're working long hours, you're missing important milestones, and that was something I just didn't want to happen. You know, I wanted to be there for her first steps. I wanted to be there for those huge milestones, her first words when she starts talking. Like, I just want to be there for all of that. And I know that working a job, sometimes it can, you know, hinder you from seeing certain things. You know, the people at the daycare or whoever is watching your child may send you videos of these huge milestones, but it's nothing like being there in the moment and experiencing it for yourself. And that was just something that I really wanted to be there in the moment to experience for myself. So just being able to watch her grow, watching her hit those milestones, and just being there every step of the way, I wanted to be there. And yeah, so that was number two of pros of quitting my job. Number three is I get to raise her. Okay, when you're at daycare, or you know, you have someone else watching your child, they're technically raising your child. So my mom, you know, unfortunately, she had to go to work. She worked 2 jobs when she had me. So, you know, she was working all the time, and my grandma actually is the one who took care of me and all of my cousins. So she was basically the one who, you know, fed us, watched us all day. So in a sense, she is the one who raised us. You know, it may sound bad, but that's just how it is. You know, when you're working a bunch of hours and you unfortunately, you know, have to go back to work because you have to make money for your kids, you know, you're doing everything financially, yes, to take care of your child. However, someone else is raising your child. Someone else is loving on your child. Someone else is giving your child all of the attention that they need and deserve. So for me, I just wanted to be there to raise my child, you know, and watching my mom work 2 jobs and just work and to provide financially for me, you know, I didn't want that for myself. I didn't want to just provide financially. I wanted to be there, you know, emotionally, spiritually, physically. I just wanted to be there with her and to raise my child. So that was another pro of me quitting my job and not going to work, because like I said, my hours was 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. So literally in the morning time, it would be me taking her to daycare, and then I get off at 8 p.m. Her bedtime is around 8:30, 9 o'clock. So that gave me no time to, you know what I'm saying, like have that one-on-one with my child, to have that, you know, just connection that I want to have with her. So raising her was number 3 on my pros of quitting my job. Number 4, I kind of touched on this a little bit, able to form a genuine connection with her. You know, I'm with her all day long, literally. Well, not all day, but I'm with her until her dad get home from work, and then he has her. But I'm with her majority of the day, so like our connection is getting stronger and stronger every day. Just us going on our morning walks, me feeding her, us doing playtimes, reading to her, you know, watching her learn and everything like that. I'm with her majority of the day, so we're forming like this great connection, and I just love it, love it, love it, love it, love it so much. So number 4 is able to form a genuine connection with Robin. Number 5 is I won't miss any important milestones, and some of these tie into each other, but this is just what I wrote down for my list. So number 5 is won't miss any important milestones. I kind of talked about that earlier. You know, I want to be there for all of her major milestones, when she takes her first walk, when she says her first words, when she starts to roll over, when she starts to crawl. I want to be there. So that is number 5. I won't miss any important milestones. Number 6 is I won't have to pay for daycare. I don't know if y'all know, or if y'all have kids. I'm pretty sure if you're watching this video, you probably 9 times out of 10 have kids. So y'all, daycare is super, super, super expensive. It can range anywhere from $250 up to like $450, $500 a week. And I don't know about y'all, but that's a lot for me. So me staying home, it honestly helped us financially, because we're not kicking out all that money for daycare a week. I'm here watching her, so that's money that we can eventually save in the end. So number 6 is not having to pay for daycare, because baby, that's a plus, that's a plus, that's a plus. Number 7 is I won't have anxiety of who's watching her. And that was like the biggest thing for me, was like, I don't know these people at these daycares. I don't know their intentions. I don't know their background. I don't know how they were raised. I don't know if they really like kids. I don't know if they really, you know what I'm saying, if they just working at a daycare because they just need the money, or if they're working at the daycare because they really like kids. Like, I don't know. So just having to worry all the time while I'm at work about who's watching her or what they're doing, or like, and she's so small, like she's not talking right now. She's not able to talk. So it's like, I don't know. I can only take what the daycare person tells me, and not to say that I ain't gonna believe them, but it was just, it's a sticky situation with that. So I won't have to have an anxiety about who's watching her. That's number 7. Number 8 is I get to focus on my own business. I told y'all earlier in this video that I do have a hair business, so I get to focus on my business, me growing my clientele and everything like that. And I also have a second business that I want to launch really soon, so y'all stay tuned for that. I'm super excited. So yeah, I get to focus on my business. That was number 8. Number 9 is I can potentially make more money from doing hair if I really focus on my business. With working, you know, I always had my paycheck to kind of fall back on, or I never took hair super serious because I knew that I had a full-time job, and also like working a full-time job and doing hair was a lot. So now that I'm not working anymore, this gives me more time to focus on my business, get more content out there, eventually get more clients and everything like that. So, and I can potentially make more money, because y'all, usually like when I was working my full-time job, I would do hair just on the weekends. And some weekends, if it was a really good weekend, I would make my whole paycheck in one weekend. Say I'm working 2 weeks to get this little bit of money, I was literally making that in like 2 to 3 days during the weekend, not even lying. So imagine if I like really focus on my business and I'm able to do hair more, then I can potentially make more by doing hair, if that makes sense. So that was number 9 for me. Number 10 is I get to make my own schedule. Like, I don't have to worry about clocking in or nothing like that. Like, when I tell y'all I can make my own schedule, it's so amazing. Literally just last week, me and Robin stayed at my mom's house the whole week, because why not? So I'm just so happy that I get to do things like that. I get to work out whenever I want to, you know, I get to go wherever I want to, whenever I want to, and bring my baby with me. Like, that's just For me, that was a plus. Not having to be on nobody's schedule or anything like that. Gotta clock in, gotta sit at a computer from this time to this time. And you can only get up on your lunch breaks. Like, I just, Number 11 is I'm able to travel more. Being that I don't have a job, I'm able to travel more. I just told y'all me and Robin went to my mom's house for a week, and we're actually going to New York next week to go visit some family. So again, if I had a job, I would have to either ask them for PTO and them either approve it or decline it, and waiting for them to tell me if I could go or not. Like, I don't have to deal with any of that. So yeah, that's a pro. Number 12 is I'll just be happier knowing I get to wake up every day and do what I want. Like, literally, I said this earlier, like, I'm just in a way better mood, like mentally, physically, all of that. I just feel so much better because I get to wake up and literally take care of my child for a living. Like, who, to me, that's a plus. Yes, some days are tough, but honestly, y'all, I wouldn't have it any other way. I love being able to just get up, me and her, and figure out what we're doing for the day. I just love it. So that's number 12. I'm happier knowing that I get to wake up and do what I want. Number 13 is my attitude is better. Again, they all tie into each other. My attitude is way better. When I had to go to work, y'all, I would literally have an attitude all day. I would walk into the office with the attitude. They'll be like, good morning, and I would just sometimes just look at people. So yeah, and then on top of that, I hated my job. So your list may be different if you actually like what you do as a career. I didn't. So honestly, Robin, my daughter, saved me, honestly, because I ain't had to go back to work. Now I have an excuse. Like, I've been wanting to quit my job for the longest, but now it's like I have an excuse to quit my job. So number 13 was my attitude is way better. Number 14 is I get to work out more and actually do a lifestyle change, y'all. Me and Robin have been going on morning walks. I've been walking 10,000 steps a day, and from the time I quit my job, I've already lost I already lost like 7 pounds. That's 8. I've already lost 7 pounds from when I quit my job, because I told myself if I quit my job, I'm not going to get lazy. Like, I'm actually going to be doing things. I'm going to be working out. I'm going to be working on my business. So like, I already had a plan on what I was going to do and focus on once I quit my job, y'all, and I'm doing it. Number 15 is I get to focus on my mind, body, and spirit. I've been saying this since the beginning of this video. Physically, emotionally, and spiritually, I am trying to elevate. And being that I don't have a job right now, and I'm a stay-at-home mom full time, I have a lot of time on my hands. Like, when she takes these 2 to 3 hour naps, that's me working on my business. That's me working out more if I didn't get all my steps in. That's me just focusing on myself and pouring into myself. So, you know, mind, body, and spirit, I'm elevating so much, and I just love that for me. Number 14, 15, 16 is I have more me time. Like, y'all may think like stay-at-home mom, you know, you don't have me time, The way that me and my boyfriend's schedule is set up, I have her in the morning time, but baby, he gets off around 3:30, 4 o'clock. That's still early, so he literally takes over, and that gives me pretty much the rest of the day to kind of do what I want to do, to pour into myself, you know what I'm saying, to really like do whatever I want to do. If I need to go shopping, if I want to work out some more, you know what I'm saying, if I want to do hair, work on my business, that's more of me time. So that's a plus. 17 is having a support system. I talked about this a little bit earlier as well. I know a lot of people, unfortunately, you know, they have to go back to work, or they just love their career so much that they want to go back to work. But like I said, for me, I was given a decision to either go back to work or not, so I got to choose on what I wanted to do. And I just felt like it would be more beneficial for me to just stay at home. So that's what I did. But again, if you have a partner, make sure you have a partner who can actually support you and your family, or, you know, have a great support system. And for me, luckily, I have both. So yeah. The next one, y'all, these are kind of like outnumbered, so I'm trying to figure out like what number I'm on. Number 18 is I get the chance to do what I love, which is hair. Okay, when I was working my full-time job, I told y'all that I only did hair on the weekends. And being that now I quit my job and Rob gets off around 3:30, 4-ish, again, that gives me the rest of the day to do whatever I want to do. So if I decide to do hair, I can do that. So that's good. Like I said, most of these like tie into each other, but I actually wanted to break down the list into detail as to like, no, these are literally the pros of me quitting my job. It may sound like things are repetitive, but this was just my thought process in the moment when I was making this list. So that was pretty much all the pros of me quitting my job. Now we're gonna get into the cons of quitting my job. So the first thing on the list is anxiety of how I will get money. So with any business, it can get slow. So it is some seasons or some days where hair is very slow. Some days I do a lot of hair, some days I don't do no hair at all. Some weeks I may not have a client. So like it's very up and down. So anxiety of how I will get money was the #1 con of quitting my job. #2 was having no insurance for me. I said or Robin up here, but she's going to get on her dad's insurance. So really no insurance for me because me and Rob, we're not married, so I cannot get on his insurance, but she can. So having no insurance was a con that I was pretty worried about with quitting my job. #3 is not having a 401k. I do currently have a 401k with my job, and I just had to figure out how to transfer it to a different account. But no longer having a 401k was a con, okay? #4 is no guaranteed consistent income. Like I said earlier, you know, having that consistency of you knowing you're gonna have a paycheck every 2 weeks. And you know, if you quit your job, then there's no consistency. You know what I'm saying? It's no, oh, I know I'm going to get paid on this day. I know I'm going to have money on this day. I know I'm going to have money on this day. So again, there was no guarantee and consistent income. #5, the con of quitting my job. I put having to put myself out there and promote my business more because I told y'all earlier that with my job, I kind of didn't take my business as serious. So being that if I don't have a job, I'm going to have to put myself out there more. I'm going to have to actually promote myself. I'm going to actually have to go out and hand out business cards and stuff like that. So I put that under the cons because that's something that I don't really like to do, but it's going to be something that I'm going to have to do eventually. So that was a con for me. It's just having to put myself out there more, which I know I'm gonna have to do that in order to get to the next level. So that was that. And then #6, the con of quitting my job is I can get lazy because there's no routine. Meaning that, you know, you don't have a job, so you don't have to wake up a certain time, which, I mean, if you have a kid, you kind of do, but you could get lazy if you don't have a job. So and even if you have a baby, you still can get lazy. You're sitting here with the baby all day. You know, sometimes y'all just chilling, you sleeping when she's sleeping, you're not really getting nothing done. So I didn't want that to be the thing for me, which is why I said earlier, I made sure that if I was gonna quit my job, that I got up and I went walking every day, that I worked on my business, I actually got things done. So a con is that you can get lazy. So I did put that on the list as well. And y'all, that was literally all of the cons of quitting my job. As y'all can see, I did decide to quit my job just because I realized that the cons were more so about monetary things. So not having money, not having a 401k, not being able to do this, being depressed because you're not with your baby, you know, you have to go to work and you're just on the same strict routine day after day, taking her to daycare, coming home, nighttime routine, this, that. So it's like, for me, I knew that I would eventually get depressed. Like not being able to do what I want to do, you know, being able to work out because I wouldn't have no time to work out. And honestly, these daily walks that we go on, it helps me mentally so much. So if I wouldn't be able to do that or like get some type of workout in, y'all, like mentally I would just be all over the place. Physically, like I would be gaining so much weight. Like it was just a lot of things that went into this decision of me quitting my job. So yeah, I realized, I know I said earlier I was gonna let y'all know what my realization was or what finally helped me make my decision on not going back to work. And it was pretty much realizing that everything on the cons list of quitting my job had to do with money. And honestly, money does not equate to happiness. So like, yes, you have a job, yes, you're able to provide financially, but like, that's it. Everything else on my pros list had more so to do with like mentally growing, physically growing, you know, just being able to be there for your child. Like everything on my pros list was much more deeper than my cons list. The cons list was just like, oh, no insurance, no money, no strict routine, anxiety of how I would get money, you know, no 401k, no guaranteed consistent income. Everything was just about money. And I realized that, like, dang, wow, that's literally the only thing that's keeping me at my job. It's not fulfillment. I don't feel fulfilled at my job. I don't like to do what I do, so it's not like I'm there and I'm being fulfilled. You know, everything for my list was about money. And honestly, I'm choosing happiness over money at this point. I've spent all of my life working. Like literally, when I turned 16 and I was able to work, I got my first job at McDonald's. Like I've been working my butt off since I was in high school. All throughout college, I worked, and I was a manager at Pizza Hut. So I'm working, you know, long hours. I'm a manager. I was one of the youngest managers in the area. So it's like I've been working and busting my butt for so long, and all of these jobs I was just there for money. Like nothing ever fulfilled me. The only thing honestly that I could say that fulfills me today is having Robin, watching my baby grow, being able to spend all day with her, and hair. I can honestly say that. So for me, I just felt like quitting my job, I would just be in a better position for my family and for myself. And just, I'm tired of doing things just for money. Like I'm no longer doing that. So, and if I do decide to get a job later on, I'm going to make sure that it's a job that I actually like. And I want to make sure that, you know, she's old enough so that when she do go to daycare, she's able to talk and tell me exactly what happened at daycare, what's going on, and all of that. So for me, y'all, that was my pros and my cons list. And I suggest anyone who is, you know, currently pregnant and you're trying to decide if you want to go back to work or not, I strongly suggest that you sit down and you write you out a pros and your cons list. Your list may be completely different from my list. Your cons might outweigh the pros, but for me, my pros outweigh the cons. And you really just want to sit down, write everything out. As y'all can see, most of these was like repetitive, but it don't matter. Write it out. Write down exactly how you feel. Write down, you know, if you have that good support system or not. And just, you know what I'm saying, take your time with the decision. If you need to take the whole 3 months, I'm not sure how much maternity leave that you guys get, but if you have to take the whole 3 months to really sit and decide on if you want to go back to work or not, sit and decide. Because y'all, like I said, as a mother, this is the hardest decision that you will probably ever have to make, is choosing to go back to work or not after you have your baby. And I just pray that if you're watching this video right now, that you make the best decision for you and your family. For you and your family, the best decision may be that you have to go back to work. But for me, it was me staying at home and being with my daughter all day and being able to pour into myself. So again, I hope this video helped someone out. Before you got to this video, if you were contemplating, or if you're still contemplating on what you need to do, sit down, write out all your pros and your cons, and just make the best decision for you, your babies, your baby, and your family. And I hope this video helped you guys. I just wanted to come on here and share with you guys my pros and my cons list, and what kind of helped me decide on if I wanted to go back to work or not. And if you do have to go back to work, again, that's on you. And I just pray that, you know, you're doing whatever fulfills you, whether it's going to work and, you know, following through with your career, or if it's staying at home with your baby, whatever brings you fulfillment and joy, do just that. Okay? And again, if you're new here, hi, make sure you guys are liking and subscribing to this channel. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. And yeah, I will see you guys next week in the next vlog. Bye.